Hi, Robin and Chet here with Sea Lake Journeys.
Sea Lake Journey.
Today we have for you Cruising on a Budget Part 1. Hi, so today we have for you Cruising on a Budget Part 1, and we got 3 main points we're going to talk about. Number 1, booking that cabin. Number 2, eating for free. And number 3, drinking for free.
Well, I'll tell you how to, when you want to book that cabin, the first thing you want to do is book it early. Book it as soon as you can, because usually the first time when the cruise comes out, that's usually the cheapest rate it's going to be. However, my second tip for that, are you ready for this? Is to keep on watching that price just in case it does drop down for some reason. You can call up and say, hey, I see a price drop. How about hooking me up? And they'll say, okay. And you can get it at a lower price.
Varying cruise lines. Believe it or not, going to the same location, different cruise lines, can cost you different.
That's right. If you know you want to go on a cruise in June to the Caribbean, look up and see which cruise line's got the best special for you. Okay, because sometimes you get different prices because the different cruise lines got, maybe they're having a sale, you know?
And the time of year. For years, we cruised while the kids were still in school. We cruised in like May because everybody was graduating high school, everybody was graduating preschool and all that, and that was the cheapest time to cruise.
Yes, the thing you watch out for is holidays are going to be more expensive, spring break is going to be more expensive, and guess when it's going to be the cheapest? Hurricane season! If you're in Florida, go in September, it's cheap!
So
we have one other tip there though, interior room. Because you got interior rooms, window rooms, balcony rooms, mini suites,
view rooms,
suites, all of that. But the cheapest one is always going to be
the interior.
Interior.
And the other thing is that cruising on the different times of year, you say, well, who wants to go to the beach in December? Well, let me tell you, the beach in the Caribbean in December is nice.
But if you go at Christmas time, it's going to be really expensive.
Yes. And
So
New Year's Eve is also an expensive time to cruise.
Yeah, so just check when you want to book that cruise. Because if you're going on a budget, there's times of year when it's cheaper.
And then our last point in booking that cabin is the discounts.
Yes, did you know that you can get a discount on some cruise lines for just being over 55?
And you can also, on some cruise lines, they have military and veterans discounts, as well as first responder discounts.
Yes. And also for us people here in Florida, you can get Florida citizen discounts.
Florida resident discounts on a lot of cruise ships.
Yes.
There are casino discounts. If you are a casino player and you are going to play in the casino, you can book through a lot of travel agents and they actually give you a discount if you gamble.
And listen, we don't go to the casino ourselves, but we've talked to many, many people who do. And if you're a big casino player, you can get really the cheapest rates available to anybody, and sometimes even, dare I say it, free.
But hey, it'll get you on a cruise ship. And then the last thing for the discount is your status level discounts and freebies.
Yep. Some cruise lines, the higher up you go, the better offers you get. I got some really great offers from Carnival here the last few months that was just ridiculous. Ridiculous offers.
And it's because of our status on Carnival.
Yes.
So you get good discounts for being loyal. Then now our next point is eating for free.
Yeah, when you're on a budget, cruising could be a really good thing for you on your budget vacation because there's a lot of free food on a cruise.
You know, and that's one reason why we do like to cruise, because when you do a land vacation, you always have to budget meals. You got to budget so much for breakfast, so much for lunch, dinner, and then snacks in between. And meals alone can eat up your vacation budget before you ever even left the house.
So let me tell you about the free food on the ship. Okay, you start off with everybody's favorite, the buffet.
The buffet.
Not my personal favorite, but let me tell you, it's the most popular place on the ship because we know that we like to eat as much as we want of anything we want, and the buffet is it.
And the buffet is always open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some cruise lines actually have a late night buffet or a a mini buffet in the evening hours. Maybe they'll have some hot dogs and hamburgers or some chips and dip and that kind of thing. So always look to see if they have a late night buffet as well. The second place to eat on the cruise ship for free is my all-time favorite.
The main dining room.
The main dining room.
Yes. Now breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner's always available, but breakfast and lunch, sometimes it's limited to one dining room. And the last cruise we was on, they didn't have breakfast, I don't think, any day in the dining room.
I think
Depends
sometimes,
on what your cruise line is.
Right, and I think sometimes it's the time of day you are in port, arriving at that port. A lot of them, if you're arriving at that port, and a lot of the excursions, let's say you're arriving at that port at, say, 7 o'clock, and a lot of the excursions leave at 8. They're not going to have the dining room open for breakfast a lot of times because they know you've got to go eat the buffet and get out and get to your excursion before you're late.
But our point is, if it's open, it's free.
It's free.
You don't pay no extra. There's always, on almost all ships, some free burgers.
Yes. Sometimes we've been on ships where they had the burgers and hot dogs up by the kids area. We've had it where it's Guy's Burger on Carnival. Guy's Burger, best burger at sea, is always free on Carnival.
Almost all the ships have free burgers, usually out by Lido deck.
Yes.
And right along beside of that, they'll also have free
pizza.
Some ships will have, on Princess they call it the International Cafe. On Royal Caribbean they call it an International Cafe of some type.
And on Carnival, some ships have the taste bar.
Yes, which is just like that. It's a little cafe where you can get sandwiches and cookies and pies, things like that for free.
And the taste bar on some of the Carnival ships, it's fun because it's fancy little foods.
Yeah.
In little small portions like a snack. That's why it's called the taste bar. And then specialty dining freebies.
Like on Carnival you have Cucina del Capitano, which at night is a specialty restaurant that you have to pay for. But for lunch,
you can eat there for free.
And boy, have we ate there for free.
Yes, they have I would say that's probably one of the best Italian restaurants that I've been to on a cruise ship.
So check each cruise line and ship that you're on to see if there's specialty restaurants, because they don't always advertise it.
Right.
Check and see if they have a free lunch.
And there's some cruise lines that have the pub. They call it a pub. And it's a lot of times it's the steakhouse, but they're open free for lunch, and it's like an English pub setting for free lunch. So don't just think because it's a specialty dining, it's always pay. Watch your newsletter, your app for the ship that you're on, and a lot of times they'll have something free because they want you to experience everything. Now our last point is drinking for free.
Well, you can have some drinks for free. Some that's always included is your regular coffee, your regular tea, your regular juice and milk, and of course tap water. These are things that you can get in the dining room or up at the buffet or wherever. Those drinks are always included for free.
Yes. Free alcohol. You can get free alcohol on cruise ships.
Yes, you can.
We have gotten lots of free alcohol on cruise ships. The art auction is almost always a free champagne auction. And you don't have to buy anything. We have been known to go to an art auction solely for the free champagne. The jewelry stores also will have free champagne. They're enticing you to come to that particular area of the ship. They want you to buy things, but you don't have to. It's not like they're going to harass you because you drank free champagne but you didn't buy anything.
The status level parties.
Yes.
After you get up a high enough status in some of these places, you get invited to a special party, and sometimes it's free drinks. Usually it's free drinks. At the very least, it's a discounted drink anyway.
Right. So, and then the next thing is to win free champagne. We have won lots of bottles of free champagne for doing silly things. Chet has won a free bottle of champagne for a beanbag toss.
Yes. Hula hooping.
A hula hoop contest.
Trivia. Game shows.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff. One cruise, I think I won a half a dozen bottles of champagne. I was giving them away.
Yes, we won so much champagne. We called it the Champagne Cruise. And we were literally just walking around giving people bottles of champagne.
Yep.
And then the one that we always do, almost always, is a lot of cruise lines will let you bring 2 bottles of wine with you, but it must be in your carry-on luggage, and it can only be
750 milliliters. That's the smaller wine bottles, and you have 2 adults in your cabin. You can take 1 each.
And you have to keep it in your cabin. You cannot take that bottle of wine to the dining room and have your waiter open it for you. Now, if you do that, it's going to be a $25 corking fee, that's blowing your budget. But you can, if you don't have a wine cork, you can ask the room steward. They'll bring you a wine cork, and they'll always bring you buckets of ice to keep your wine chilled. And then some cruise lines are also letting you bring water or soda. Just check with the cruise line, see how much they're allowing you, what size bottle or can it is, or if they don't allow bottles at all. Some of them are not allowing certain plastic bottles. You can only bring it in cans.
Yes, they want you to bring canned stuff. So yes, check with your individual cruise lines and ships. Last one we was on, it was 12 bottles of water or soda, but it varies from ship to ship. Make sure you find that out, and if you want to take some to save yourself some money, you can do that.
And don't assume that the 12 bottles of water is per person. A lot of times those things are per cabin.
Yes.
So make sure that you are reading the fine print on the beverages that you can bring on board. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is if you buy alcohol on the ship or in a port, you do not have the luxury of having that wine or liquor or whatever it is you bought in your room. What's going to happen is you're going to buy it on the ship, or you're going to buy it in a port. The ship will then, the pursers will take possession of that alcohol, store that alcohol for you, and then on your last day when you're getting off the ship, they'll have a alcohol retrieval area where you'll go and you'll retrieve your alcohol that you purchased. So don't think that when you get off in Cozumel and you bought that great bottle of rum for that really cheap price that you can bring it back on the ship and drink it, because it doesn't work that way. Well, we hope that you've enjoyed our Cruising on a Budget for part 1.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you got any useful information out of this, or even if you didn't. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe too, will you?
So Cruising on a Budget part 2, we are going to be covering onboard credit, package savings on drinks and other sales, and
A whole bunch of other stuff.
the cash that you need to bring with you. You do need to bring cash with you on a cruise ship. And that'll be Cruising on a Budget part 2. Until then, have a good night, and don't forget, subscribe and like
Subscribe and like the channel.
Bye, y'all.